Hey everyone, it's Saruke, and today is a sketchbook tour. I know, break in the program. We've been doing art supply roulette for like 6 weeks now, I think. But I finished this recently, so I want to share it with you. I've had this one for 4 months, which is ridiculous because it is, there's 8 sheets in this, which means there are 32 pages. If I drew one tiny page a day, I'd finish it in a month. But I've taken 4. I started it at the end of May and finished it now at the end of September. Wonderful. Now that's not to say you're allowed to take a long time to finish a sketchbook regardless of how big it is, but I personally feel like I should be able to do one A5 page a day. It's not like I don't enjoy drawing. I guess we're starting. I can actually talk about this. I did the cover myself. This is a recycled paper Eco Sea White sketchbook. I got it from a local store. This is my OC Mars. I've drawn the cover. I think I said that already. I'm sorry. It says Sketchbook Mars on there. I've done it in Posca, Sharpies, Stabilo pens. Don't remember the liners. Probably one of the Tombow, Fudonosuke. Maybe some Sakura Pigma. I did use some glitter stuff on it, but most of it's rubbed off. I've used this one. This one is a lot more battered than the previous one I had. But anyway, first page, my 4th, Boku no Hero Academia OC. I really want to do a new video on those guys, like my first 3. It's been more than a year since I did that video, and I've worked a lot with them. I want to do their hero costumes and things like that too. So I really want to revisit my Boku no Hero Academia OCs at some point before this year is over. One thing I can say is that first and last page in the sketchbook, they rub off. I drew her in pink, and this one I drew in blue. There's text here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's barely legible anymore, but that's because it's been rubbing against the cover. I noticed that in the previous one too. This little doodle here is from when I still worked at the preschool. I was drawing with the kids, so I drew a little bear. This Boku no Hero Academia OC, her name is Zetsubo. Zetsu, last name, Bo, first name. She's mostly a gag character. I just made her for the shits and giggles because her quirk is not stupid per se, but basically she just broadcasts bad feelings. Zetsubo as a full word means despair. So yeah, and she's in the general class. I want her to be in a general class anyway. So yeah, that's basically all I have on her. These sketches have rubbed up. This paper has actually been pretty good with my color NO. The light blue is still a shit color to draw in. It rubs off on basically everything. Thankfully I've scanned these, so these two I'm not too upset about. The pink one sticks way better though. I don't know why, because usually it's the red pigments that are fugitive and the blues that are staining, so there's probably something in this blue that just doesn't stick. It's the same with the dark blue. This one also gets really light and disappears. But yeah, so some Lucas and Alex. The order is wrong here. And then I got some Boku no Monogatari on this page. I really like this doodle and this one. I think I'd like this one too if I'd inked it, honestly. I was having a good art day there. My main Boku no Hero Academia OC, she used to have a bird, one of those plague mask style masks, but there are 2 characters in the series who have that theme already, like official characters, so I figured I'll give her a gas mask instead, and it looks better. So I worked a bit on her. And then here I did prompts on Instagram. I put up one of those pose sheets, and then I asked people to pick 2 characters and a pose, and then I draw them like that. These 2 are actually the same pose, but I flipped them just to make them a bit different. This one I did, I think, on my own. I just wanted to do something with Yoru and Mayra because, Mayra has the biggest crush on Yoru, but I never draw them together. Yeah. This here is from a video. I did, whatchamacallit, blind contour drawings, where you have a reference and you just look at the reference and then you draw So you're not allowed to look at what you're drawing and you're trying to draw the contour. What more do we have? We have some smiling Yankee. I'm trying to... Yankee and Yankee are two different things, and I'm trying to reteach myself to say Yankee because that's what I mean in the title of this story. But yeah, I drew these 3 portraits I used for their character introduction. I did a video on that. Ruth, which is the newest addition to this gang, and then Ruth and Lucas in their sort of work clothes. They work in a convenience store. This here is just thumbnails for things, so I'm not going to talk about that because it's secret. This was for my June or July I think, bullet journal theme. This here was for a watercolor thing I never finished. I found some Pigma brushes and I really like them. They're really soft brush pens. This over here, Tsubasa, his older sister and his dad. I was working on, well, just background for them all. Tsubasa's mom died when he was really little, so I have one story I want to write about that, and it's just not quite coming together, so I drew up some of it. Speaking of Tsubasa's dad, that's him. I tried to draw him sort of young and then as he looks now, and didn't go that well. Some expressions I didn't finish. This one, my arting was a little bit up and down during June and July because I was working so much. This one I posted to Instagram with lyrics from Massive Attack's Teardrop, I think. I liked how it turned out. Mars, and then the other 3 boys from the same story, Ichiban Idol, Venus, Aion, and Haruki. I actually commissioned a person on Tumblr for a piece of artwork. God, I don't remember their username now. I'll put it on screen and I'll show you the piece too. It's so pretty. I love it so much, and I got like a warm color and a cool color version of it, and I love it so much. Their style is amazing. Oh gosh, it made me so happy. I've actually commissioned quite a few people these past few months, and just, oh god, seeing my characters in other people's art styles is like, it feels so great. It's just so fun to see what people do with them, and you learn so much about your characters too. By commissioning others and letting them interpret your characters. There are things I have changed about. I should do a video on that. There are things I have changed about my characters' looks based on how other people have drawn them. So that's really commission people because it makes them happy, and you get art of your characters, and that makes you happy. Then this page I really like because it's full of Tsuki no Tsubasa. This one I think I also posted to Instagram. I really like Ryuji from Persona 5, so there's a lot of him in here. This was for the first Art Supply Roulette video. Roulette. I'm not even gonna try. This here, at least those 2, were for a little mini trade I did on Instagram with Jigs Draws. They drew a really cute portrait of my character Mars anyway. And then these were practice sketches for my second Art Supply Roulette video, I think, where I drew with Sharpies, and I did the whole draw your friends' characters in your style meme. So it's Aiko, Helios, and Eshavon. Oh, here we go. Lots of Ryuji, because I like Ryuji. And then I started working on my Persona 5 OC again. There's a lot of them in here. I actually made this OC right when the game came out in Japan, so September 2016. And I just made them up to have them, and then I didn't really touch them because I was struggling with the outfits, but I've worked a lot with them now, and I've got a lot more stuff on them, and I'm pretty much done with their outfits and stuff like that too. But yeah, they're non-binary or gender fluid. I haven't quite decided on which term they use, but they use they, them pronouns anyway. Their name is Mizuguchi Shizuka, so their first name is Shizuka. They're a 3rd year, like Makoto and Haru, and they're really cute. Their persona, I have a thing with my OCs. or my persona OCs, is that I use only Nordic mythology creatures or gods, and even more specifically, I use Loki's children. So this OC has, for the first persona, it's Goldfax or Gullifax, which isn't Loki's child, but the evolved form or the change of heart form or whatever you want to call it is Sleipnir, which is one of Loki's children. So yeah. But yeah, this is Shizuka, and here's more of this page in particular, but this spread in general, if you take out those two, I really like. Here I used those Pigma brushes. Let me get them so you can see what I'm talking about. They're just really, really simple. So you got them in a set like this. It's the Pigma, well, it just says Pigma. So it's the like fine brush, medium brush, and big brush, I think, and like that. And they're really flexible, at least the big one. So you just, like that. It's just a super flexible brush. For this, I'm pretty sure I used like the big one to fill in the spaces, and then I used the medium or the fine. I'm pretty sure I used the fine to do the rest. Now I just need to put the right cap on the right pen. But yeah, I really like them. So I was working on their outfits and stuff like that, and I'm pretty much done with that. Not quite sure about their dungeon outfit. It's sort of up in the air, but still kind of settled. More Shizuka. I bought some, I don't know, stationery, I guess. I found mild liners locally, which is impressive because, like, I've been meaning to buy these online because they're nowhere to be found, and then I found them at a local bookstore. So I was like, yes, I will grab this set, despite how expensive it is. I also found some gel liners, which are these. They are the Sarasa. They're also by Zebra. You can clip it. But yeah, there were like a set of 5. You can see the colors up here. There is a pearlescent or a white up here too. Yes, there are just random doodles. Oh, and we're at the end already. I have 5 pages left, and I decided for the last 5 pages I'm just gonna draw my characters crying over and over again, because that's a thing I want to do. So I looked for references. I've had references for all of these. It's like screenshots from various dramas and TV series and stuff like that. So I really like how it looks, but I think it's mostly because of the color. Like, I'm not particularly attached to a lot of these sketches. I really like this one of Claire and Nova. This one of Flare and Fear, just because of Flare's expression turned out really sweet. And I do kind of like this one of Mars and Venus too, because again, I really like how Mars' eyes turned out. But overall, most of the sketches are kind of half bad. And then I did another spread here. Again, not the biggest fan of most of these sketches. I like this one of Saruke and Corp, and this one of Tsubasa and Maira. And again, it's for the expressions, because I managed to, at least in my vision, convey what I wanted to convey. So yeah, most of these sketches are pretty bad. And I don't know, since most of their faces are hidden, I'm not gonna like, oh, this is this character and this is that character. Because it's not really gonna matter, because you're not gonna recognize them anyway. So on the last page, I fell into a hole of feelings that I had long since crawled out of. Biker Mice from Mars. And I'm talking about the original, the 1993 Biker Mice from Mars. I grew up with this. Like those 90s cartoons, like SWAT Cats and Biker Mice and, oh god, what were they called? The one with the sharks. Anyway, all of those Thundercats, all of those animal or anthropomorphic character cartoons, they shaped who I am today, along with Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I would not be drawing furries if I hadn't seen these cartoons. But yeah, this is an OC. I made her 8 years ago. I found an old Paint Tool Sci file with her in, and I'm pretty sure I have a paper somewhere with more details on her. But yeah, my OC, and then the 3 main boys, Throttle, Vinny, and Moto. These 2 I cheated a lot on because I looked up screen caps because I've never drawn them before and I wanted to do them some kind of justice. But anyway, I love Biker Mice from Mars, and I watched 8 episodes with my friend the other day because we were knitting and crocheting and we needed background noise, so we were like, hey, Biker Mice from Mars. I think originally I put on the soundtrack first because Jeff Scott Soto made the soundtrack and he's really good. But yeah, I really like this for my last page. I do feel like I need to ink these because it is the last page. I have a feeling they're gonna rub off, so I'm gonna go and scan this page as quick as possible so I don't lose these sketches. I really like how I ended this sketchbook. So that was it. That was all of it. It's a very small sketchbook. There are 32 pages in here. I should be able to finish one of these in a month. And I'm considering whether I should make it a project to actually do a page a month for, I don't know, the year out. Maybe I bought 5 of these, so I have 3 left. And that feels like a good project to like try and finish one sketchbook every month. Just to get in a better habit of drawing more often. Because I do enjoy it. Like the minutes or hours I spend on doodles, they're really enjoyable. And even though I don't like all of it, there are a lot of these sketches that I really like, that I'm glad I drew. And yeah. Gosh, I don't know how to end this. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you haven't taken a moment to subscribe, join in for more fun art videos. Right now I'm doing a series called the Art Supply Roulette, if you're the Art Supply Roulette. But yeah, I'm doing that series right now where every week or once a week, whatever, I randomize an art supply that I need to use in that specific episode, just to make sure I go through and use all of my art supplies that I have accumulated, because I'm a bit of an art supply hoarder. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep on scribbling, friends. Bye!